been a long, bumpy ride sitting back in the saddle. It's time to get down, dirty up our knees into battle. Oh, come on, round up the boys, gonna make the walls rattle. Oh, our flag is tattered and our bones are shattered, but it doesn't matter 'cause we're moving forward. Round 'em up, let's go. Round 'em up, let's go. Blood we've shed. The only way I'm leaving is dead. That's the state of my head. They don't know where we've been. We got that concrete street skin. The only way I'm leaving is dead. That's the state of my head. That's the state of my head. We've been shot up, beat up by the falling of the arrow. Let's go, round 'em up, let's go. All eyes are seeing red, double vision from the blood we've shed. The only way I'm leaving is dead. That's the state of my head. They don't know where we've been. We got that concrete street skin. The only way I'm leaving is dead. That's the state of my head. Do you feel me now? Do you feel me now?
And good evening, you're listening to the Travis B Show, Sports Talk Speaker Radio, iHeartRadio.com, and the Sports Talk Speaker app. We're going to get the other things up and running. We got the social media stuff that's going to be coming up within the next week. I know some of you have been asking about that. The podcasts and the Google Radio and Spotify, that will also be coming within the next week. So for those of you asking about when the show will be available on there, those will be coming in the next within the next 2 weeks. It's Tuesday, June 4th. Hope that everybody out there is having just as good as a day as you can, whether you're sitting in traffic right now or you're sitting at home or maybe you're still at work. You know, I do this show because I know people out there, you want to get away sometimes. And for some people, that's turning on a sports radio entertainment show. And that's why I do this. So we got a couple of things to get to today. Most of it, obviously, is basketball. There's not much big stories going on in the NFL right now. I'm sure as we get closer to preseason, and preseason will be here before you know it, there will be some interesting stories coming out. Every year, about August or a little bit before August, you'll have those one or two big stories that will come out of the NFL. It's going to happen. But today we're starting NBA. The majority of the show is going to be in NBA. We're going to get into some other things. You know, like I said, I try to do more than just, even though this is considered a sports radio show, I try to kind of make it diverse, talk about other things, get other stuff involved. One thing I don't get into on this show, though, is politics. We do not do politics here. So don't ask me a question or email the show about politic-related BS. We don't do that here. We don't talk that shit here. This is sports and entertainment. This is a getaway from all of that shit and whatever else is going on in your life, this is something that you can tune into, get away for a little bit, and just sit back and listen. Let this be your escape. Like I said, whether you're still sitting at work right now, maybe you're sitting at home, maybe you're sitting in traffic. Let this be your escape. So there's been a little bit, I wouldn't call it breaking news. But Bill Plaschke, sports writer, very good sports writer, a very trustworthy sports writer. Bill Plaschke is the type of guy, when he gives you inside information, 99.9% of the time, whoever he got it from was, one, a very good, incredible source, and two, usually turns out down the road to be a very, or if not 100% accurate. Well, Bill Plaschke, in a radio interview, said that a very connected source, he would not name the source for obvious reasons, but that a very connected source that he knows said that if the Lakers don't upgrade the roster, that James could leave. And that would either be, I'm done jumping out of my contract, this is it, or I demand to be traded. Now again, we cannot say that this is 100%. But, again, this is coming from Bill Plaschke. He said it's a very connected source, so obviously it's somebody that has very, very good knowledge of the Lakers and LeBron. And is stating that if the Lakers don't upgrade the roster this summer, meaning if they don't make some big trades or get a big free agent, that he could be out the door very, very soon. And here's what I want to talk about this. First off, I want to talk about what would the overall fan reaction be. We all know the reputation he got and the backlash he got for doing the whole, and again, I go back to, he was young at this time. He was young. He never went through college. But the whole reveal thing of when he picked Miami and that whole escapade, yes, that was too much. I don't have a problem with what he did in going to Miami. But the way he went about it obviously wasn't good. But how would this be viewed if LeBron, let's say just after this one season, let's say the Lakers don't have a good offseason. Let's say LeBron does say, you know what, I'm in the later part of my career. I don't have much time left. I've got kids coming up in high school. I've got my, TV show and all those endeavors going on. If I want to win another title, I really need to think about getting out of here. What would the overall fan reaction be if LeBron said, I'm done with LA? I don't think the majority would have a negative reaction to it. And the number one reason, not because it's the later stages of his career, and he doesn't, with your body, you don't know how it's going to be year after year. You don't know what's going to happen. He just suffered his first really major injury this past season. But how that organization has been ran, and even with him there, it's still chaotic. I don't think the majority of NBA fans would criticize LeBron one bit if just after 1 or 2 seasons he said, you know what, I'm done, I'm through. I think the majority would not be a negative look, because most people would sit back and say, yeah, you look at how that front office is running that team and the decisions that they're making, I don't blame him one bit. And we know that Magic Johnson leaving wasn't just a surprise to Jeanie Buss and the other Lakers staff. It was also a surprise to LeBron. And remember, Magic Johnson was the one that had the 3-hour meeting with LeBron to pull him there. To pull him over to the Lakers. And after one season, Magic Johnson wipes his hands, walks out the door, and doesn't talk to anybody about it. Doesn't even talk to LeBron about it. And you gotta believe that part of LeBron is thinking, okay, this front office had trouble getting a head coach. Didn't give Tyronn Lue a legitimate offer. In my opinion, they gave him an offer that they knew he was not going to accept. I don't think that the Lakers really intended for Tyronn Lue to be the head coach. Because the offer that they gave, especially for a NBA Finals championship winning head coach, was absolutely ludicrous. It was absolutely ludicrous. They squandered the Anthony Davis trade, absolutely squandered it. And then, by going about the Anthony Davis trade attempt the way that they did, it hurt the chemistry and the confidence of that team. Because then, Kuzma, Ingram, Lonzo are all sitting there saying, this team just tried to trade all of us. We're all expendable. Now, granted, NBA players know the majority of them are expendable. The majority of them could be starting 10 games, 15, 20 games, and then gone the next. But how that whole trade was handled was disastrous. And it hurt the chemistry of the team. And it hurt the whole flow of that. And then, Magic Johnson ups and leaves. And then, we learn about more errors and more blunders by the front office of the Lakers. And then they hire Frank Vogel, but then turn around and tell Frank Vogel, you're not going to pick your staff, we're going to pick your staff for you, and one of those people is going to be Jason Kidd, which I personally think is going to cause a divide. Because I believe at some point in the season, next season, you're going to have a divide start to happen in that Lakers locker room. And the divide is going to be, there are going to be some players that are going to be listening and paying attention more to Jason Kidd than they are Frank Vogel. And it's going to cause a rift. I mean, when do you ever hear of a front office telling a head coach, you're not going to pick your staff, we are going to pick your staff? You never hear of that. Well, the Lakers did that. And we truly don't know the intentions of top free agents. We know more than likely Kevin Durant isn't going to go there. There's talk that Kyrie may go there. Most people believe Kawhi Leonard will not go there. That the only LA team that he has intentions of going to is the